Hello, I'm Gene.
I'm Jay.
And you're watching another Unmatched Style Design Review podcast. We're going to talk about thinking for a living. I don't remember who pointed this out to me, but someone did, and thank you very much. This is a largely, I don't know what you call this, the type of site. I mean, I was going to say it's like largely a slider type of navigation system.
You're talking about what it does as opposed to the content?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have to classify it,
Right. Well, it's got, if you look in the top right up here, there's this a little icon of a cursor layout, right?
Yeah. So you can use your keys.
You use your keys and go between articles, and it's got this. It's got the feel like this is a intellectual magazine.
Yeah. And
right. I mean,
this is kind of cool. Since you have to have these arrows. I mean, it kind of like locks onto you and follows you around. And I think that's kind of a nice...
Yeah, well, you need these arrows, otherwise you wouldn't know that it does go left and right.
Right.
So if we click on this one called like The Odd Job, it's a story. So we got this feel like we're kind of like looking at a magazine, but we're gonna read from left to right, like we do in America. But it has this thing where we're going down here, and then at some point I got to go down. And then I got to go back up to the next line. I find that really awkward.
In a web page, yeah.
I mean, there's when you're in a web page for consuming the content, it's kind of a gimmick in the way this works. When it doesn't need to be a gimmick, we can just have it down the page, and it's just going to work a lot better. I mean, that's just
another
what I
good
think.
Example there.
Yeah, so I've got to like scroll partly down, and that's the if I had a huge screen. Right, maybe, but I have pretty high resolution. This is a laptop, which is really normal, But this kind of like having to scroll and then down, scroll and then up, scroll down, scroll up. I mean, I find that kind of annoying, I mean,
and it's almost like you have to have those arrow keys in order to make that work.
Right.
If you didn't, it would drive you crazy.
Right.
You'd probably never finish that.
Yeah. I don't, and also, this kind of like. They're also kind of taking over my cursor keys a little bit because I'm used to when I look at a website, I hit the cursor key down to read it. Right? Let's say I'm looking at a long article that goes down this way. If I hit up and down, it just goes to the bottom. Right? That's just like that's basically like go to the end of the page if I hit down, which that to me is kind of breaking the fundamental things of like reading stuff on the internet. So aside from the content, which I think is cool, it's really kind of a lot of thought-provoking stuff. It's like the way the type is laid out is really cool. It's just got a little bit of color. It's just all
the content.
It's really cool. It's all set in Georgia. I mean, it's I guess it's like here you look at here. It says a thought-provoking design content. It's like we don't need to. The content should be thought-provoking, not I think they're trying to provoke too much thought as far as into the design instead of like just letting us get past the design and actually consume the content.
Yeah, to be contrary to that a little bit, I guess, is some of the articles really do work well with this format.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
It's almost like the ones that do that break that.
Yeah. So here's one that
like this one works really well.
Yeah. But again, if I had a smaller monitor,
you'd have the same.
Yeah, I guess it's also kind of confusing because I just went back. I clicked back one too many times, and I was in a different article.
If you keep going, it goes to the next article.
Yeah, it's sequential, but I'm still kind of a little bit out of sorts because I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
it's almost like when I'm on this page. If I click up, it should take me back to a table of contents.
Almost.
You know what I mean?
That'd be cool.
But just a thought. It's cool, but I think.
It
kind of misses the mark on just some of the usability of it.
Yeah, and they say that this is an experiment type situation, and I give them that, but yeah, if your design is sort of getting in the way of me consuming the content, I probably won't come back. But there's probably a lot of people that are not going to agree with that. They're just going to be like, I like the experimental aspect of it. I like feeling like I'm messing with something that's sort of different.
Yeah, but when they get lost. They're not going to.
Let's leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'd probably talk to you about
I think
this.
so.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye.